I'm bringing everybody along as I try a new builder gel in a bottle. What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I am a builder gel fiend. I absolutely love builder gel, and I'm super particular about what I try. I have been wanting to try some more, and I am trying today the CN Designer Dips Hema free clear builder gel in a bottle. I am a huge fan of CN Designer Dips, but I've never tried any of their builder gels or gels, so this is going to be totally new. First, I'm starting off by removing a good amount of my old builder gel and then doing my nail prep. I like to make sure that most of my builder, when I try a new builder gel, that most of the old is removed so I can really give it a true test. So I went around and did my cuticle prep quickly and then sprayed with isopropyl alcohol and brushed it off with a stiff nail brush just so I could get all the dust off. As you can see, like there was dust everywhere from getting my old builder gel off. Now I'm going to go in and do my like post prep before builder gel steps. So you want to dehydrate 5 nails, and I like to do it thumb to pinky, and then I go in and I scrub my primer in thumb to pinky as well. I do these same steps regardless of the brand that I'm using, that I'm dehydrating and then going in with primer. And when I do primer, scrubbing it in means that you're basically just like rubbing it into your nail, not just like slopping it on. So you don't want to wildly throw your primer onto your nails, because if it floods into your cuticles, then that can actually lead to lifting, which is the opposite of what you want your primer to do, right? Your primer is a product that leaves a sticky residue so that your gel has something to adhere to. And doing that 2 coats really helps. Then for most people, you want to go in with a layer of gel base down after the primer and fully cure that. But for me, I have tried so many different builder gel brands and I just cannot wear gel base on my nails. Even when I got my nails done at a nail salon, the gel base would just peel right off within a couple days. So I realized a while ago, well, years ago at this point, that if I just do builder gel right over the primer, I get way better adhesion. So I'm going in, and what I like to do first is do a slip layer. So the slip layer is a really thin, uncured layer of the builder gel that goes down first and it covers your entire nail. And then you go in and you put a bead of builder gel back towards the back of your cuticle, but not quite at it, and then float the builder gel down. So something that I noticed right off the bat was that the CM builder gel was a great consistency. I like when my builder gel is thick but not runny. And I don't want it to be super thick, but I also don't want it to be super thin. So I like that medium thickness, not runny type of builder gel. And especially when a builder gel self levels, that is going to be key for me because I am somebody who wants to do the least amount of work possible when I'm doing my builder gel or really any nails. Like, I want the products to do a lot of the work for me. And that's the difference that I found over the past 5 years of using a ridiculous amount of brands, both in dip liquids, gels, builder gels, dip powders. If you get high quality products, the products do more of the work for you. So I like to repeat that same process on each nail and then give it a flash cure of 5 to 10 seconds before moving to the next one. So I do the first slip layer, and the slip layer is exactly what it sounds like, right? You're putting that layer on so that your builder gel bead slips down it. You want to do like a side to side motion. I found that that works really well. And the less that you lift the builder gel brush off your nail, the better. So sometimes when I'm doing extensions, like I actually have builder gel extensions on underneath this, when I do my extensions, I end up lifting my builder gel brush up way too much and then it causes air bubbles. So really try not to lift your builder gel brush up because then you're not going to get as many air bubbles. So keeping that brush connected to the gel is going to keep the air bubbles from coming into your nails, coming onto your nails so much. I do those same steps with each nail, flash curing for 5 seconds. And then when I get to my pinky, I do a 5 to 10 second flash cure. And then I do a full cure of all 5 nails. So I actually do my thumb separately. I do my thumb separately and then my pointer through pinky together, you tend to hold your thumb at like a weird wonky angle. And if you don't fully cure it, then you're going to have uncured gel in your hands, which can lead to gel allergies. Even if you're using high quality Hema free gels, leaving uncured gels on your nails will most likely lead to allergies. So I'm really careful about making sure that I fully cure. And I actually started, just to make sure that I'm curing long enough, I started curing all of my builder gels 90 seconds, and it really has worked well for me. Once I finish with my left hand, I like to let the builder gel cool for like 30 seconds to a minute before I spray it with isopropyl alcohol and then wipe it off. Then I jump over to my right hand and I do the same steps. I dehydrate 5 nails, thumb to pinky. Then I go in with primer and scrub it in, thumb to pinky, 2 layers. So I go thumb to pinky scrubbing it in, and then thumb to pinky scrubbing it in again. And you just want to have enough primer on your nails that you're not soaking them or flooding your cuticles. And I wanted to put a little bit of my non-dominant hand doing the work in as well, because you'll see that like it takes me a bit more maneuvering to do the builder gel on my right hand. I'm right-handed, so I have to use my little thin nail art brush a lot more on my right hand than I do on my left hand. The thin nail art brush is so great for getting the builder gel into the spots that you missed when you're doing your bead that you float down. And that's something that I'm still working on, like 4 years later of doing builder gel, trying to get my application on my right hand to be as good as my left hand. It's definitely gotten way better, but I still need to use the thin nail art brush really to get into the corners and get to my cuticle line without flooding anything. My left hand still just it just doesn't want to work as well as my right hand since I'm right-handed. If you're new and you're really struggling with your builder gel application, I would highly recommend using that thin nail art brush, because what you can do too with it is you can fix your apex. So let's say you have your application on, you did your bead of builder gel, and it just like the apex is not looking correct. Maybe it's too thick towards your cuticle or it's too thick at the tip. You can use that thin nail art brush to move the builder gel around and get it where you want to be, to get your apex correct, to get enough of the builder gel on the sides. And make sure that before you go and you even flash cure, that you take isopropyl alcohol on some kind of angled cleanup tool and clean any of the gel off your skin before you go and even do the flash cure. And then once I'm done with all of the builder gel on my right hand, I fully cure that, and then wait for the 30 seconds to a minute to let it cool, then spray everything with isopropyl alcohol again so I can get into my buffing and a little bit of shaping that I need to do. I have to say, I barely needed to do any buffing with this builder gel. I was so impressed with how nice it applied. I was able to get a great apex going very easily. That's something that's huge for me. Like, so every time I go to build my apex, I flip my nail over for like 10 seconds and then I flash cure. And doing that worked really, really well with this builder gel. So that tells me that the apex is able to build nicely, naturally with it, and it self levels really well too. You can go right in with gel base and gel top. For me, I like to use peel base over top of my builder gel. So what I typically do is I just buff my nail super, super smooth. I buff the builder gel super smooth. This way I can just put the peel base over top of it. I used to do gel base and gel top over the peel base, but I tend to pop my dip nails off a little bit wildly, so I stopped doing that just so that I didn't have to fix my gel top every single time. Now, if you want to dip directly over it, you still need to wipe off the tacky layer and then do some buffing and filing. You need to give your builder gel some grittiness so that the dip has something to adhere to. You don't want it to be super smooth. And I just have to go around my shaping a little bit with a hand file just to make sure that nothing got a little off when I was doing my application. I did not have to do much at all of the filing and fixing up my shape either. I made sure that I did a good amount of shaping before I did the builder gel as well. I try to do that before I do a fill or even a new application, just because it ends up taking me less time then after I apply the builder gel, so I'm not really doing much shaping or filing. Again, like I said, I try to do as minimal work as possible. So once my nails are super smooth, then I can clean them again, and then they're ready for me to put peel base and dip powder over. If you're feeling good about your builder gel application, but you would love to learn how to do builder gel extensions, come check out this next video and I will help you learn. Thanks for joining me today, nail crew.